What is our project today? Well, I'm at an old house. This house is probably over 100 years old, and there's some windows on the other side that need to be replaced, and they look exactly like this. And I've got to figure out some way how to pull them out, and the only thing we're going to do is pull them out and put a piece of plywood up, put some plastic on the inside, and a window company is going to install some new ones. That's the project. You want to watch this? Stick around. Now at first you might think, how on earth am I going to tackle this? There's stucco on the wall, and this trim goes right up next to the stucco. There's a nice fat piece of window threshold there that have no idea if that goes all the way through. There's weights on the inside of this window to help pull it up and down. Yeah, it's old style. And you might think, how far do you have to go? Do you have to pull out the whole window jamb all the way around the sides too, and the interior trim? Well, before I answer that, let's go inside and take a look at the interior trim. Here's that same window I was just showing you. Now see, on the inside, got nice fat thick pieces of trim. Look how wide that is. And there's a window mini blind in here. You know, it's like, does all this stuff, we got to pull all this stuff out too? Well, stay tuned here. I want to show you something else. Now here's one of the windows that I've already put plastic up. And see, this trim is all nicely stained. It's nice and fat. You've got another piece of trim here that borders this up there. It's like, do we really have to take all that out? Well, no, we don't. And I'll show you that in a minute. But before you get going all gung-ho, you want to put plastic up like this. And I got tape around it all, buttoned it all up. Even down here, I didn't want to remove this. I'm in it. This is a little office area now. They've turned this into an office, and there's some Herman Miller workstations here. I didn't want to pull that all apart, so I just ran the tape down there, and this is all taped down so no air, no dust is going to come in here. But as an afterthought, I even took some plastic, put over the computer here. Okay, and I got that sealed up. I even took the mini blind down because I want to take that down too. And here's another one. This is the little computer room. There's a piece of plywood here, and I ended up just putting plastic, you know, all around that one. So when that window comes out, yeah, this project, there's 3 windows that have to be removed. But before you do anything, you want to plastic it up on the inside, just like this. Now, it looks a little dull here because that's plastic right in there, okay? Here's the 3rd window. All nicely plasticed up all over the place. Okay, I took the mini blind down, wrapped it up, kept it over here in the corner. Get everything ready. And see, I even put plastic over the computer right there. I don't think I needed to do that. I probably should have done it over the fax machine, the copier, the little thing there, but I didn't. I'm not really anticipating much happening here at all. And if you notice, there's no window here. Let's go on outside and I'll show you what's happened so far. Yeah, can you believe it? I'm at small town US of A again at the chamber, the local chamber. Remember, I painted these handrails here. I fixed that sagging door. I painted the porch. Those are the 3 windows that we're working on right there. Let's take a look at that. I'll walk over there. You might think, what's the use, Joe? You've already taken them out. Well, I've saved one. You're in luck. I saved one over there. Let's see, I've got it all the way out to here. Now see, I'm saving the existing window jamb material on the sides, and then the new window is going to go up to there, and then they're going to trim this all out. I'm not quite sure how they're going to do that yet. That's going to be interesting. I don't know if I'll be here when they install that. Okay, but I can show you the end result. But see, we don't have to take the entire window out. We're keeping the existing trim here and all that. And I chopped out the window seal here, took out all the trim, and was real careful with this. This even had weights big, huge window weights. These things are 6 pounds. I think it said 6 on there, but it sure feels heavier than that. I even had to pull those out. See, here's all the trim stuff for the 2 windows so far. I even had little pulley wheels were inset up here. Okay, I took those out. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how I did all of that. Okay, on this other window. See, here's the other window. Remember that there was the plywood on the inside. We've got plastic on there, and the mini blind was up there, and we're just leaving that because later on, if they ever decide to take this out, they can do that from the inside. This is all vacuumed up. Use a shop vac here. Clean that all up. And there's a guy. He's cutting down some 2x6 material, and he's cut it at an angle right there with a skill saw. Yeah, he did that pretty good. He even painted this to prime it, and those pieces are going to be used for the sills, for where the window sits. Now see, we've already chopped out a little bit of this seal, but there's existing left. I'm going to have to cut that out of there. How would you cut that out? I'll show you that in a minute. Now this trim we've already taken out, dabbity nabbit. And I wanted to show you that, but you just have to be careful when you take that trim out. And then see, here's the window that's coming out. And I'm going to show you how we take that out at this point. You just have to be real careful when you take this trim out at this point. If you have paint on here, and if this has been caulked, you're going to have to razor blade that and make a line so that when you pull the trim off, you're not going to peel off any of the outside caulking or the paint. Okay? Yeah. All right. So that's the project today. I'm going to show you how to take this window out. If you have an old style window, see, here's the other 2 that were taken out already. If you have an old style window, here's the weights. And you have an older house, you got old windows like this, you're wondering, okay, I've got stucco, how am I going to do this? Well, stick around. This video is for you. This video series is for you, because I don't want you to think you got to take the entire jamb out, because if you had to take this jamb out, remember, then you'd have to take the bottom piece out of here, and you're gonna have to take all the interior trim off, retrim it all, and all that kind of stuff. For newer style windows, you know, that maybe 15, 20 years old, you don't have to do it this way. There's a different way to do that. But this particular job, these are old windows. These windows are probably as old as the house here, and this house is over 100 years old. See, this was all plaster and lath and plaster on the inside. See that? Those are little 1x2s, 3/4 inch material, and they nailed that on the wood, and then they put plaster on the walls, and that's how they used to do things. They didn't know about sheetrock way back then. Okay, they even did that on the walls out here. They put 1x4s, okay, all the way down here, and then they put other lath on there, and they put something else on there, and then they put stucco on there. A little bit different than nowadays, huh? Okay, so stick around. See, I even cut that pretty nice. How on earth did I cut that so nice? Remember the threshold, the window threshold on the other one? I'm gonna have to cut it, and I gotta make it look like this. Okay, and I gotta be real careful because this stuff is kind of flimsy. I'm hoping to do a good job on it, and that's coming up. Okay, stick around. I'll show you how it's done. Now here's something else too. You might think, okay, you're gonna just leave that plastic up there. When's the window gonna be installed? How are you gonna have to coordinate this? Well, this is over a weekend. We're taking these windows out, and see, we're just gonna put a piece of plywood, and we're gonna screw it on here, attach it onto here, over to the side, the whole thing. We actually went to Lowe's and got the plywood, measured it. I'm hoping these are gonna fit, and they pre-cut that. So we're gonna take those pieces of plywood, and then we can screw them up over here. And see, because this is a weekend, the window company's not actually going to be here until like Thursday of this coming week. Okay, then they'll have to pull the plywood down, and this is all going to be ready for them. Okay, so you don't have to think, okay, this all has to come out and then the windows have to go in the same day. Think about your project. When we put those screws, when we put that plywood up, hopefully we've got some screws with square head screw heads on there, so that somebody can't just come up thinking they're going to break in by taking a Phillips screwdriver or a battery operated Makita screwdriver, drill, whatever, and unscrew that and pop right in. We're going to use square head screws, and it's only going to be up there for 4 days or so, you know. Okay? All right, enough of that. Let's get on with the job.